That's a problem. Okay. So
You
now
know what too?
Uh-huh.
Most likely they got people over here that they send the money.
What you mean they got people all over here that they
They
send
got
them?
family or friends from here, from the States. And they
Oh,
say,
that
"Yo."
send them. Oh, well, that
Yeah,
makes
so
more
they could
sense.
pay.
That send the money for them to come over
Yeah.
here. That makes sense. That makes sense. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this whole child tax credit. Let's talk about the stimulus situation. Some people are mad at the stimulus, and we're gonna be seeing what are some of the things that you know. And I talked about it maybe two or three videos ago where I said that there's pork in the bill, meaning things that have nothing to do with COVID are in this bill. Like
Pork?
Yeah, they call it pork.
Well, pork is good though.
Okay, so when they do a law, they take other issues that don't have nothing to do with the law, and they put it in there. That way, it passes through. That way, like
it's a
lying to the
bad
people.
thing.
It is because it has nothing to do
Pork
with
is
the law.
good though.
Yeah, pork is good. I know it. I love pork, but we're not talking about pork in the sense of eating, bro.
I think they should change that name.
Yo, we're talking about pork. That's
They should call it broccly or
or a vegetable. Yo, they put
exactly.
broccoli in there. They put cauliflower in there.
Exactly.
Okay. So look, so they put these things that have nothing to do with any of this stuff, and people are mad. But again, they don't talk about them. I guess to get it like under the eyes of the people, right? So let's talk about the child tax credit first, and exactly what happened. Oh, let's talk about
it's a blessing for some people.
The child tax credit.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's to be honest, let me tell you this, guys. I'm divided on the stimulus. Why? Because the United States has a massive national debt. No, I have done so much research on this, and there is no consensus on what the solution to this problem is. I think it's like 24 trillion. We don't even know what that is. Like, we can't even imagine that. So for example, that way you know exactly how much that is. If you take a $1 bill and you go around the world in $1 bills back to back, you could do that 80,000 times around the world. That's how much 23 or 24 trillion dollars is. That's a lot of money. All right. Okay, so that's how much the debt is now. We just added with this two more.
Half of that goes to China, right?
No, not all of it. Some of it goes
75%?
to 5%. No, it's not even that high. Maybe around 30%. Like 30% between China and Japan own the national debt, right? So obviously the people know that the United States they cannot just print out this money because it's gonna lead to inflation, right? And even then, with this, that's a big issue here, that it might lead into inflation. But a lot of people don't understand what does this even mean. People will say, "Oh no, I'm just getting $1,400 on my bank and I'm good, I'm happy." Yes, but there's other consequences that you might not have to deal with them now. Maybe your children might have to deal with them later. But let's talk about what happened. So what's happened? Everybody under 75,000 is gonna get 1,400 per person, right? And couples who are jointly filing, making under 150,000, which is still a lot of. That's like, you're making 150,000 and you need the government to help you out. I'm like, yo, what's going on? And another thing I'm against is like, okay, the people that never lost their jobs, why should they get stimulus? Somebody, I'm just asking that. Like, if you didn't lose your job, why should you get stimulus?
That's your time to, get away.
With what?
Vacation.
But there you go. You just said it, and
that boosts.
No. The thing is that the government doesn't have money.
Economy.
No, the money the government doesn't have money just to hand out. People don't understand it. I used to be one of the ones that I thought that the government had unlimited money. I thought that the government had unlimited money, but that's not true. The government doesn't have unlimited money. All right, so they're gonna give 1,400 per person, right? Then they're also gonna increase this child tax credit. What is this child tax credit? First of all, the child tax credit before, how much was it before? They will give you $2,000 per child under the age of 17, under the age of 18, so 17 and under, right? That was how it used to work before, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what they have done with that child tax credit, they have put that up. So when you file taxes, instead of giving you $2,000 per child, now they're gonna give you $3,000 from ages 6 and under. So meaning 5 and under. Whoever has 5 and under will get the whole actually 3,600, and from ages 6 to 17 will get $3,000. How can you claim this? This is what changes with this whole child credit. And pay attention. What changes here? They want to give you this money, and they're still, this is subject to change. This hasn't been written in stone yet. They want to start giving you this money as of July of this year. Let me see here. Okay, let me see here. So let me just read this. The goal, look, so when will I receive the money under the child tax credit? The goal is to divide the payments into monthly installments. So they want to give you every month from July to December, they want to give you a certain installment. But the Treasury Department may determine that's not possible. It could be a quarterly or whatever method it has, frequent as possible, but the earliest is expected is to start in July. So for example, if you have a child that is 5 years old and under, and one child that is from 6 to 17, you're going to get a monthly payment from July to December. You're going to get a monthly payment of $550. That's the plan, that what they're trying to do. The IRS still hasn't decided that's going to be 100% set in stone. So be on the lookout for that, because they're going to open up some new websites, a new portal where you could even opt out of that. But again, this is for tax year, for the next tax year, but they will give it to you this year. So some people are calling this expanding the welfare system. Why are they going to give money? Why is the United States government just going to give money?
I was going to say, it sounds like child support. Like
government child support. Like, why are they going to give people this money? Like, I mean, just because? Yeah, but the thing is that's a problem, bro. Like, look, the United States, look how, and people don't understand this, right? Because I understand economics. People don't look at it. You know, I don't understand it 100%. As a matter of fact, economists there's no 100% agreement with them. The United States operates on a deficit. What does that mean? The United States offers more services than the amount of money that they're taking in via taxes. So they're giving all these social securities, welfare, all these things. They're giving it basically on credit. How long is that going to last? This is what you do. You promise you're going to pay something, and every time you pay, you pay on a credit, and you pay on a credit. And not only that, but you yourself, you keep putting your credit limit up on yourself. You keep putting it up and put on your credit limit, and you keep buying things that you don't need. It's going to reach a point, and nobody has an answer for this. This is what scares me. Nobody has an answer for this. When is the point of no return? I'm super scared of that. Some people don't care. Some people don't know. They're like, yo, where's my $1,400 check? I'm 100% $1,400. Give it to the people. What I'm not against is this. This is,
you know, before you start with that, that sounds like, I have a JetBlue credit card. And if you buy with JetBlue, you get points. So what I used to do was buy everything or pay everything with my JetBlue. Then when my check comes, I send it to JetBlue.
Yeah.
Well, then I started spending more on my credit card than my paycheck. So the what you call that?
The limit?
No,
the balance.
Yeah, the balance keep going up and up and up and up. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I need to stop this.
Okay. That's exactly what America is doing. They've been doing that for years. Under a whole bunch of presidents, even under Trump. That's right. Even under Trump, they were spending more money than they're taking in. And nobody's even talking about this national debt. Nobody's talking about this. Now, this is the problem, right? And this is, again, Republicans, in my opinion, are doing a horrible job of communicating this to the public. That way that people know exactly what's going on. They're doing a horrible job. Even Kevin McCarthy here, he's doing... he's trying to make it happen. He's trying to let the people know exactly what's happened. I think he misses the point a little bit in the way he notes these things. So for example, look what it says. He's calling it, this is Kevin McCarthy is the leader of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives. Look what he says. He's saying $25K for federal employees to stay home. That's how much is in this package. $25K for bonuses for state government workers. $50 million for Planned Parenthood to keep doing abortions. $200 million for museums and library services. Like, what does this have to, I want to know, just explain it to me. Give me a valid reason. What does this have to do with COVID-19. $270 million endowment for the arts and humanity. An endowment, that's just a grant. That's just money to them. Why? Arts and humanity? Could you just explain to me why we need to give arts and humanities $270 million? That's all I want to know. $600 million for Pelosi's home of San Francisco, $1.5 billion for Amtrak, $12 billion. And this, look, I'm a capitalist, but I'm like, if your company can't function, yo, I think you might just have to go under. If your business model is gonna, I remember the airlines. You remember the airlines like 2 months in, 1 month in, they were like, yo, we're going bankrupt. Right? Like, where I'm like 1 month, 2 months in, like, you don't have enough money to run your business like for a month or two. So if your business models is like this, you don't have cash on hand to last a month or two, then what are we doing here, man? Like, why should the American people bail you out? So again, we're bailing out Amtrak. We're bailing out Amtrak. 12 look at this right here. 12 billion for foreign aid. Do you agree with that? 12 billion for other countries?
Depends for what it is.
If the 12 billion were going to the Dominican Republic, where I'm from, I will be against it. Why does it have to be $12 billion for foreign aid when the American people and American citizens and American legal residents, it should be them. It's for them. Why?
That's a good question.
Only Democrats voted for this. There you go.
Let the people in the chat answer.
We're gonna be opening up the lines right now. 15 billion for illegal immigrants eligible, illegal immigrant eligible health care, 111 billion welfare without work requirements, and 350 billion to bail out blue states. This is the problem, man. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is where we're at. And you know, and that's the problem. It's like a $2 trillion bill. Why can't we give this money to the people? Again, I'm not against the money to the people, right? But even to the people, it has to be a certain point. Like, I'm not for giving it to people that never lost their jobs. That's just a bonus. That's, hey, we made it through COVID. Bonus.
They need that bonus though.
Why they need it? Tell me why they need it.
I already told you.
No, you didn't tell me why.